Welcome to Flash Tutorial 23, Moving Background with Control. It's a follow-up to Flash Tutorial 22, which was Moving Landscape using ActionScript, and that's the FLA I have opened on my computer now. We want to now be able to tell this when to start and when to stop. So make sure all your layers are locked. Select that marker layer if you still have it, but if not, it's the second highest layer. Insert a layer and call it button. Select frame 1. I'm going to make this to, I can see this corner down here a little bit. Pick up my oval tool. I want this to be red for my fill and white for my stroke, and here I'm going to make a little oval. I'm not going to put text into it. You can put text into it if you want. Pick up my selection tool, highlight it, go up, modify, convert it to a symbol, make sure button is selected, and call it go, G-O_BTN. Let's copy that name. Right click, copy it. Exit this. Make sure there's should be still a highlight around this. You'll know when you open up the properties panel, yes, go button, and paste that in for the instance name so we can write code on it. Lock that button layer, select frame 1 of the action script, open the actions panel, and right here after this first curly bracket, type in this code for this button. Type. There it is. And the code we put in here says, right after this curly bracket, go_BTN, that's the button we just made, period, on press. So when we press the button, this should turn blue, small o, capital P, equals function, turns purple, open close bracket. There's the open curly bracket for my go function here, and therefore we have to add another close curly bracket down here. So at the end now there should be 3 curly brackets, and I should be able to format that. Yep. These semicolons come in automatically. Now let's just test this out. Control, test the movie. No errors, and every time I press it, it moves. Not very practical, but it moves. We now want to have it be able to stop and start. So at the very beginning here, click on there, enter, tab up, and let's make a variable, VAR. This should be small letters. VAR, variable. It's toggle, T-O-G-G-L-E is what I'm calling it. Colon, and that, see this menu comes up, capital N, U, and there's number. When that highlights, hit enter, and equals 0, semicolon. That's the variable we're going to use to keep track of starting and stopping this function. Select right here after this open curly bracket and type in this code. Type. And there's that variable we just made up here, toggle. That's it up here. And it says toggle equals toggle times -1 semicolon. This time is the asterisk. That's the uppercase of the 8. And I'm just tracing, T-R-A-C-E, that turns blue, open bracket, toggle, that variable, close bracket, semicolon. So every time I hit the button, I should trace whatever toggle is, and toggle is going to be turned to, it'll be, even though it's times -1, it'll still be 0, but this will just, I just want to make sure my button works here. And every time I press it, I trace 0 over here on my output panel. So I know my button is coded right. Okay, now let's go back, and this time let's make this this variable toggle A1. And let's see what happens now. Control test movie. And if I press it, there's -1, +1, -1, +1. And we're going to use that to turn the video on and off, or turn the motion on and off. Because every time here, when we press the button, we're going to multiply it by -1. And when you have 1 and multiply it by -1, each time all you're doing is changing the sign. Let's make 3 more variables so we can control these movie clips. Type. The first variable, in this case the second variable, I'm calling it move, M-O-V, mount, capital M, as in move the mountain, colon, number equals 0, semicolon. Copy that, paste it, then turn it to move tree, then paste it again, then move pole. So that's the 3 movie clips that we're going to be controlling. Come down to right here after this trace toggle, and we're going to leave that trace toggle in for a while just in case we run into some problems. Click at the end here, enter, and type this code. Type. And I'll go through it with you. We added a closed curly bracket to close this little function off here, this part. Then we read it if turns purple, open bracket, toggle, that's that same word, if it 2 equal signs, so now it's a test, equals -1. So you can see here it's going to be -1, then it's going to be +1, -1, +1 each time we press the button. So equals -1, close bracket. There's the open curly bracket for this if. Here's the closed curly bracket for this if. And if it is equal to -1, that's when we want the movie clips to move, so that it says that these are the 3 variables we made. Delete that. There's the 3 variables we made, the move mount, move tree, move pole, and this one's equal to 2, semicolon, this one's equal to 2.5, semicolon, this one's equal to 3, semicolon, and there's a closed curly bracket here to close off this if statement. Let's copy this word mount move, right click, copy, come down to where we're moving the mountain right here, and instead of incrementing it by 2, take that 2 out and paste in move mount, and it still is 2, but it's only going to be 2 when toggle equals -1. When we hit the toggle button again, it'll be +1, and these will not be taken into consideration, so these will not be any value, and the mountains won't move. So let's do the same. Let's copy move tree. Copy. Come down to here, where it's a tree, and paste in that move tree. And you probably guessed it already. Move pole. Copy. And come down here and paste that in there. And because we made and added up here a closed curly bracket, we got to come down here to the bottom and remove one of these curly brackets, so there should only be 2 now. I'm just going to do a format, make sure I got no errors, and let's test this out. I have nothing moving. Press the button, it becomes a -1, and everything moves like it's supposed to. Press the button again, and something isn't working. So let's try to figure out what's not working. Well, right here we told it what to do when it was -1, but we never told it what to do when it was +1. So right after this curly bracket, insert a line and type. Now what you could do, you really could copy this. You could have just copied this and pasted it and made a couple changes. this would be the change here. Instead of being -1, it's just a 1. You don't need the plus sign, that's understood. And the only other change for this one is instead of being having a value, they go back to 0, so the movie clips do not move. And again, make sure you have this close curly bracket to close off this if statement. Now I'm convinced it's going to work. Test this movie. It's not moving. It's -1 and it moves. +1 to stop moves. That's quite a interesting tutorial. There's going to be a follow-up naturally. It's Flash Tutorial 24, car on background controlled. So we're going to put a car on this video. Hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learned.